This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. I love being here with you, helping you learn to play the guitar. In this Guitar 101 mini course, it's all about Christmas music. There's 30 different videos, 30 different episodes. Each episode or each video goes over a different Christmas song. So in this video, we're going over While Shepherds Watched Their Flocks by Night. Now this one has been done to more than one melody, and it might be a little less familiar to you. I'm using the melody that I grew up singing it to the most, that I kind of like. It's a great old Yorkshire carol, really, and so hopefully it's familiar to you. If not, you get to learn it right here along with me. Now, before we get started, you're going to want to download the PDF file of the sheet music, which you can find a link for that down in the description below if you haven't done so already, but you'll want to do that because you're going to need it. So we've got the melody on there, we got the lyrics on there, and we got the chords on there. We need all those things. As we go through this video and in this lesson, we'll start off by playing the melody, and we can sing that melody as we play it if you'd like to. And then we'll work on strumming the chords, and then we'll work on doing the chords with a finger picking pattern. So let's go ahead and dive in here. We'll start off with the melody. Now the melody is written in standard music notation and in tablature. So if you don't know how to read either one of those, then you're going to need to check out my quick answer video that'll get you started on tablature, or my quick answer video that'll get you started on standard music notation. With this one, it's going to be easier to start off with tablature because we've got some sharps in the key signatures. So tablature will be the easiest way. Now to really get good at reading tabs and sort of master that skill, and to get good at reading standard music notation, you can go through the tablature book in my method book series. The book has 200 songs that progressively get harder, and it also comes with video lessons so you can play right along with me or have explanations given by me. And there's also books in the method book series that go over note reading too, so you can do standard music notation, and there's videos, so if you'd like my help you can have those as well. But that is a great way to sort of master playing with songs with tablature and playing songs with standard music notation. I'm going to go ahead though and assume that you know how, or that you're going to figure out how to read either standard music notation or tablature, or both. This melody is written with some basic rhythms, which is usually the case when hymns and carols with all the lyrics go with those different pitches. Usually written out with pretty simple rhythmic notation, lots of quarter notes. But if you'd like to hip that up or play it in a different way, you can. I'm going to play it the way it's written though. Now, one of the things that my in-person students love to do is sing along as they're playing the melody, and that's a great thing to do. It can help us as we're working on our singing. We can learn to match that pitch of the melody. It can also help us, if you're reading the tablature especially, to sort of use the intuitive side, the familiarity of the song, to help figure out how to play the melody on the guitar, especially when we're reading those numbers in the tablature where we don't have the information written out the same way as we do in standard music notation with the rhythm, for example. So let's go ahead and play this, and if you'd like to sing along, you can. So we're going to come in on beat 4 in the count off, because we're in the pickup measure there on beat 4. I say beat 4, we're really in cut time 2-2, but it's just easier if we just consider it as if it's in 4-4 as we're counting or paying attention to the rhythm. So I'll give us a 3-beat count in, and then we'll catch beat 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. While the shepherds watched their flocks by night, all seated on the ground, the angel of the Lord came down, and glory shone around. Fear not, said he, for mighty dread had seized their troubled mind. Glad Okay, we'll play the chords now. Now, again, it's in cut time, but we're going to use a pattern for 4/4 time. Cut time really works if you're taking something fast and want to fill it in two. While the shepherds watch their flocks by night, instead of having to direct it in 4. So like when working with a choir or an orchestra, we can use the strumming patterns from 4/4 time for cut time though. So I've got a standard 4/4 time pattern written here on the board. And at the tempo that we're playing it at right now as we're learning it, we're really filling it in 4/4 anyway. But if we were to take it a little faster and fill it in 2, things would change a little bit. But we're taking it at a tempo that works great with 4/4 time. So if you're unfamiliar with rhythmic notation and how to read sort of strumming patterns written like this, then you can check out my quick answer videos that can help you with that. As it is, I'm right here to help. So we got a quarter note, and then 2/8 notes, and then 4/8 notes. But on the end of 2 and on beat 3, those two are tied together. So our rhythm goes 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, and 4, and. Up above each rhythmic figure, we have markings telling us which direction to strum. So the 3-sided rectangle means down strum, and the V, kind of like a U, means up strum. So we got down, down, up, down, up. This is one of the most common and standard universal strumming patterns for guitar. So you're probably familiar with it, and if not, it's time to get familiar with it. We're going to insert that pattern 1 time per measure. So I've got 3 measures of A, and then I switch to E7 on the 4th measure, and then I'm back to A. There are a couple places where we have 2 chords per bar, so what do we do there? The first one is at the end of line 3, we have an E and an E7. I can just play the first half of the pattern twice, so I could go E, E7, so 1 time for each chord. I could also bring that second chord that comes in on beat 3, and since we're not strumming on beat 3, I can bring it in a little early, sort of in anticipation, so I could go down, down, up, down, up. Or I could take out the tie and play a down strum here and go down, down, up, down, up, down, which is probably what I'll do. So we've got that there. Another place that we have 2 chords per bar is in the second to last measure. We're going to play A, E7, and then A. Any of the 3 ways I just mentioned would work great. Let's go ahead and play this. While shepherds, 1, 2, 3. While shepherds watch their flocks by night, all seated on the ground, the angel of the Lord came down, and glory shone around. Fear not, said he, for mighty dread had seized their troubled mind. Glad tidings of great joy I bring to you and all mankind. Okay, so the first time I did the down, up, and the second time I did down, up, down, up. So, and I would change it up every time. I just in one verse, you've got all 3 verses there, so at home you can play them all, but to keep these videos shorter, just demonstrate it with that 1 verse. Let's take a look at the finger picking. Now, if you're new to finger picking, you want to check out my quick answer video that goes over doing finger picking on the guitar as you're getting started. Any pattern that works for 4/4 time will work in this song. I've got one written here on the board as an example, and one that we'll do together. So, we've got the rhythmic notation, same as the strumming patterns, and then letters written above telling us what finger to use at that point in the measure. P represents thumb, I index, M middle, and A ring. So P, I, M, A. Now, P instead of T, because P is the letter that starts the word in both Spanish and Italian that represent the thumb. And then A instead of R for the same reason. That A is the first letter that represents the word for ring finger, in Spanish and Italian. The guitar was born in Spain and Italy, so that's why those are the standard letters that are used. Every time we pluck with our index finger, we're going to pluck the third string, no matter what. And then every time we pluck with our middle finger, we're going to pluck the second string, no matter what. Every time we pluck with the ring finger, we're going to pluck that top string, no matter what. And then our thumb is going to play the lowest note of the chord, which is known as the bass note. So on an A, I would have my thumb on that 5th string, because it's an open A and that's the lowest note used in that chord. On the E7, I'm going to pluck the 6th string, which is an E pitch, and it's also the lowest note used in that chord. And then on the D, I'm going to pluck the open 4th string, which is the D pitch, and it's the lowest one used in that chord. That's how that works. For D, any type of D, we always use that 4th string. For any type of A, I always use the 5th string. For any type of E, we use that 6th string. For the rest of the chords, and we're not playing anything else in this song, but for the rest of the chords, we could just play something where the lowest finger, play whichever string the lowest finger is positioned on. So like G, I'm playing 6th string there. C, 5th string. So we'll go ahead and work on this pattern. If you do it on an E minor, you're going to use the low 6th string and you don't have to worry about having your fingers on. And for a moment, that's going to help me out. I've got the thumb, and then I'm going to pluck middle, index, middle, ring, middle, index, ring. P, M, I, M, A, M, I, A. P, M, I, M, A, M, I, A. Once you get that going, you're going to want to be able to speed it up. And you may need to just pause that video as you get that figured out. Once you get it on E minor, you can play it on A, and A7, and D. So here we go. We'll go ahead and play this and sing it. I should mention, what do we do in those two places where we have 2 chords per bar? The easiest thing to do is just play the first half of the pattern twice. And so that's what I'll do when we do the E, or the A to the E7 in the second last measure. That would work really great. So A, E7, E to E7, we're going to hear the same sort of thing. We're actually going to hear the exact same thing if you're playing E7 like this, regardless. So you can actually just keep the chord going on an E. But if you threw in your pinky to play that E7, then you could just add it in that second half of the song, in the second half of the measure, keeping it going. We've already heard the E, so the E7 just sounds like another color, that flatted 7th color on top of it. But I'm assuming we play E7 with just the 2 fingers. In that case, you might as well just keep playing E, because we're not actually, with the finger picking pattern, hearing that extra note anyway. So, while... So we'll go about there, yeah? 1 and 2 and 3. While shepherds watch their flocks by night, all seated on the ground, the angel of the Lord came down, and glory shone around. Fear not, said he, for mighty dread had seized their troubled mind. Glad tidings of great joy I bring to you and all mankind. Okay, so that wraps us up for this lesson. Fun Christmas song. There are 29 other episodes with lots of different Christmas songs, so plenty of music you can learn to play this time of year. I also have a solo album out, solo guitar album, playing 14 different Christmas selections, which is super fun. If you like to hear that solo guitar kind of sound playing Christmas music, which I do, in addition to all the other ways I like to hear solo guitar playing. So you can check that out, Kristen R. Bromley. It's available on different streaming platforms, different digital download sites, and also, of course, on Amazon in both digitally and in CD format. So you can check that out if you want. Silent Night is the title of the album, and Kristen R. Bromley. You can also keep doing some of these songs. Check out more of the videos in the series, and there's always more to come. So keep having fun with the guitar. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. Take care, and we hope to see you again. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more in-depth lessons and to progress through a free guitar course, check out my Guitar 101 series on YouTube and my guitar method books, which all come with access to hours of in-depth video lessons. You can find more information about me and my products at kristenbromley.com. Take care.